away from such other quick tips as how to false figure or how to growl. I gather the growl one has been annoying quite a lot of people that haven't managed to do it. So sorry, it took me ages too. You've just got to keep trying it. Anywho, Chez, hi, virtual handshake, nice to meet you for those who are new. Those who are back, awesome, so I was glad to have you back. I'm going to chat. I'm not just starting to text. I'm focused and concentrating. I've got some notes here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I think, this is my personal idea, please don't give me thumbs down if you disagree with any of these comments, but how I think you create a nice strong pure tone on the saxophone. So this is aimed at beginners, intermediate, advanced. You can always be working on your tone. You know, I'm very big on kind of long notes and warm-ups throughout your practice, whether you're just starting or whether you've been playing for decades. Okay, by the way, all of these comments are going to be to do with you, really, not to do with the price of your instrument, what you can buy to make it better, what you can put on it to make it go away. It's not as straightforward as that. These are all things to do with you. Okay, so the first one, opening your throat. This is something I go on and on about. You must have heard me talk about it in other videos if you watch many of them, of which there are many, by the way. Please check out some other videos. Opening the throat. Now, this is just physics. The more air you can get through this sound chamber, the bigger and fatter your sound's going to be, and richer as well. It's going to get more harmonics the more air you can get through it. So you want to be able to open this throat. So it's the difference between this and this. You can probably see the difference, hopefully. It's maybe not close enough. This and this. You can see it stretching out. So I did some reading on this, and a lot of you know, sax on the web and things like that. A lot of people talked about steaming up a window, and that's good. I just struggled to apply that to the instrument. I found for me it was easier to think about the tongue. So it's the back of your tongue. So you're kind of g g d d. Oh, sorry, d is the front. What am I talking about? G g k k k k. That area. If you do it for g g gs. Now take that area and push it back, and you almost feel like you're gagging yourself, but it does seem to do the trick. That really opens the throat. Point 1, open your throat. Point 2, this one might cause controversy because I know there's a lot of players that don't do this, but I prefer covering your teeth with your bottom lip. Now some players think that you can't touch the reed with your teeth, basically. You're going to leave dents in it and it's going to affect the vibrations, so that's a big no. Some people find they can play sort of with their lip out. I just think you've got less control, and I think the whole saxophone is flatter. I've taught the odd student that does that, and I've thought, oh well, I've done some reading and some people feel very strongly that you should be able to do that if that feels natural, but I've never managed to get their tuning up to scratch. They find it really difficult to control the instrument, especially if they go out and buy like a Selma Mark 6. It's got tricky tuning anyway, and then they've got this weird embouchure. So I just think embouchure means mouth shape. Sorry for any of those that's really patronizing, but for those of you who don't know, embouchure means mouth shape. So yeah, I think cover the bottom teeth with your lip. You get much more strength in the sides of your mouth and therefore much control over your intonation. Tuning. You don't need to swallow all of your mouth. You don't need to swallow half of your face. It's just a little cushion, and it just gets that strength at the sides. You can see me pulling a ridiculous face now. So that's the next one. Cover your bottom teeth. Number 2. Breathe through your mouth, not your nose. It's a really tricky habit to get out of, but oh god, is it important. If you take a deep breath through your nose, it only really goes to the chest. It just doesn't go to the pit of your tummy where you need it to be, because that's where you engage your diaphragm, and that's when you get the kind of air pressure that you need. So for good's sake, breathe through your mouth, please. I know it doesn't seem instinctive because you've got something in your mouth, not fingers. That's weird. My saxophone's over there though, and I'm too lazy to go and get it. It's not very instinctive. It's almost like you know, when you've got a cold, for example, and you find it really difficult to eat because it's instinctive to breathe through your nose when you're eating because you don't eat with your mouth open. My daddy taught me well. Very funny about table manners was dad. But yes, you're going to have to breathe. You've got loads of space at the side of your mouth. Take your air through the side of your mouth and down to the pit of your tummy. So number 3 was breathe through your mouth, not your nose. Number 4. Maybe I should switch languages. What other languages do I know? Maybe I should stick with English. Okay, so sticking with the breathing, correct placement of that air. So I just said about feeling the pit of your stomach as though you're a pyramid and you want to feel the bottom of it, or like a pear. I often think of myself slightly pear-shaped. But you know, it's fine, my hips don't lie. So yeah, kind of pearish, pyramidy, feeling the bottom of you. So one of the common mistakes with beginners is this: they fill their cheeks with air. No. You're just not going to have control over that air. You want the air to be down here so that your diaphragm muscle can engage and pump it up again. So think about where you're taking it. Take a deep breath now. Are your shoulders coming up? That means it's coming here. It ain't going to there. Are your cheeks puffing? That means it's only coming to about here. You need it down here. I'm not saying that means your stomach's going to come out like Santa, but you should feel an almost widening of your rib cage. So number 4 was breathe to the correct place. I hope I write something better than that there. Okay, now moving on from that, engage your diaphragm. A lot of people don't know what the hell the diaphragm is. What is that diaphragm muscle? Well, I'll tell you. It sits kind of under the ribs and it pushes the air out of the lungs for you. It's the muscle that really hurts when you get hiccups. That's the diaphragm muscle. So if you've got a strong one, hiccups are incredibly unpleasant for you. Same with when you sneeze. It's pushing air out. When you sneeze, that's your diaphragm that goes for most people, apart from those really frustrating people that just go, is that really annoying when people just don't sneeze properly? Like, let it out, people. Cast out those demons. Anyway, we digress. Sneezing. Yeah, engage your diaphragm. So your diaphragm is this muscle. If you're not sure where it is and what you're supposed to be pushing, imagine someone was about to tickle you and you're kind of bracing yourself, but keep your shoulders down. It's that muscle there. You're like, oh, they're about to tickle me. They're about to, not this. Don't let yourself do that. Keep your shoulders down. Oh, they're about to tickle me. It's that muscle there. That muscle there. That's the one you want across your stomach. Number 5 then, engage your diaphragm. Number 6, posture. If you sit like this, you're only going to have half the lung space. Same with standing. I was in that, if I go stand, I'll get out of shot. But I have a really bad habit of sort of doing this. So I've lost a bit of diaphragm, and not only that, I'm giving myself back problems. So shoulders back, spine straight, and allow yourself to have all of your lung space, whether you're sitting or standing. So standing, you should have 2 flat feet, not kind of, you know. And sitting, I recommend you sit right on the edge of your chair. If you're a tenor player or an alto that plays to the side, fine. If you like to play in front of you, make sure one of these feet, one of your legs, you probably can't quite see it on camera, but one of your legs dips back a bit so that you're not resting on your leg. Your sax is still hanging and you're upright, and that's the correct position. So number 6, posture. 7, correct strap length. Now this is something that I didn't discover for years. I was just playing in a sax quartet one day and someone said, you wear your strap low, don't you? And I was like, do I? And I looked at them and I was like, oh, I do. And I've been sort of spending my years playing kind of to my saxophone and kind of half holding it, and that's how I've ended up with this kind of manky position here. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, hold your saxophone as though all that you needed to do was push it forwards with your right thumb and it should just come to you. Let's do an example of that now. Okay, so for me, I mean, I'm 5'7", I'm not particularly tall. For me, my strap height is right up here, and it's on the shortest, and all I need to do is push and it comes to me. I don't have to sort of go and find it. So, what am I on? Is that 7? 6, 7. Correct strap length. And the same with your stand. You shouldn't be looking down to your stand because that's going to encourage this if you're playing from music, and you shouldn't be looking up to it either. You want your eye line to be straight. That might mean just take a step further away from the stand rather than have it higher. Okay, so correct strap length and stand height. Embouchure shape. If you find your saxophone squeaks a lot, you're probably a bit too E-shaped. Try and make a more of an ooh shape. If you find that your upper register splits down, even though you've got your octave key on, maybe you're too much of an ooh shape and you need a bit more of a smile and a bit more of an E, especially in that upper register. So your embouchure shape is really, really important too. So that's number Number 8, embouchure shape, mouth shape. Last couple, stand by, well done for sticking with it. Tension, are you wearing tension anywhere in your body? So for me, I've already talked about it, it's the shoulders, particularly Mr. Quasimodo one here for some reason goes up. If you're wearing tension in your shoulders or even in your face, your air isn't going to travel in the relaxed, controlled fashion that it should to the pit of your stomach where you want it. So watch those areas of tension. Jaw is a particular one. If you're stressed, tired, just give your jaw a quick wiggle. Are you wearing tension in your jaw? Because that's going to affect your embouchure shape. Are you wearing tension between your brows? Because that actually is going to affect where you take your breath. And are you wearing tension in your shoulders? That's going to affect your posture and is going to affect how you intake your air as well. So number 9, tension. Don't wear it. It ain't in fashion. Okay, and the last one, kind of, I said it wasn't going to be anything to do with your setup and spending money, but do make sure that you have the right setup for you. So don't be influenced by what other people play on. I play in a quartet, it's really, really busy, and we all play completely different size reeds. So I tend to play, well, I play different ones depending on my horns, but I play soprano in that group, and I play on a size 4, so really, really thick, and that's mainly because I find the sound of the soprano quite obnoxious, and I like to make it as woody as possible, and I've developed quite enough strength if I practice to keep that up and still manage kind of subtone and things like that. Whereas one of the other players plays on 2.5, and I think he's an amazing player. So make sure you're on a free-flowing reed that works for you, but similarly that you're not on a reed that's so soft because you're being a wuss and it's just easy to play that actually you're really struggling to keep the instrument in tune and notes are splitting and things. Maybe try going to a harder reed. So do experiment with your reeds. It is worth going into a music shop because then they should let you buy single reeds rather than having to buy boxes and boxes and never using certain ones because you find it's not the right size for you. So make the effort, pop into your music shop and say, can I get a selection of different sizes? And just double check, are you actually using the right reed for your setup and your style of playing? So number 10, correct reed. Hope that was useful. Just a quick whiz through another top 10. I've started this top 10 series. It's cute, right? If you like it and you've got suggestions for others, then please do comment. Give me a thumbs up if it was useful. I hope it was. And yeah, do subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got lots and lots to say about the saxophone and lots of playing as well. Hope that was useful. Catch me on Twitter, catch me on Instagram, catch me if you can. See you later.